96 entries in this short race. It's the innovation of the president of the international governing body. He wanted two shorter races, and my goodness, has he attracted some talent here. Kibowen wearing 61 out in front, the Kenyans in force. Kosgei, the two Kosgeis, John and Paul with him. Limo next to them in fourth. Then Boulami, the Moroccan, is up there. He's the first of the red-stripped athletes. And Lassini of Morocco there too. But the Kenyans really ploughing on. The time it's approaching 2 kilometers now. The first kilometer, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So they're really starting to shift. And when you consider the talent here, it's not surprising. Kibowen, he's a 3:30 man over 1,500 meters. That was his time set last year. Didn't go beyond the heats of the World Championships last season in Athens, but this looks to me as though it's a big improvement. 5:24 you saw there was the time for 2 kilometers, and that's 2:44 then for that second kilometer, just 4 seconds slower. But the pace really being pushed on. Number 75 there, Braham Boulami, leading the chase to this Kenyan team, and the Kenyans have won so many of these World Championship titles at the longer distance too. So really, when you consider that they're running here as a team, then it's going to take an awful lot to beat them. You've got a glimpse there of the times for the first 2 kilometers. Boulami, incidentally, very, very useful. Third in the Olympic 5,000 meters in 1996. His older brother is Khalid Boulami, and he's really having to work hard to stay in contact. The course relatively flat, as I said, but the temperature's around about 31 degrees. Although talking to some of the athletes, that didn't seem to worry them too much. But certainly it shouldn't worry this African presence, and the 4 getting away now at the front of this field. Kibowen, Komen, Kosgei, Limo's up there. And the pace is pretty hot. Now, who will make the break now? We're expecting a time, something a little under 11 minutes, so we've got 4 minutes or so of running to go if they maintain this schedule, which one would expect them to do. It looks like Limo on the tail end of the leading 4. The leader, John Kibowen, has done all the work, he really has. He was due to race the 4-kilometer race at the Kenyan Cross-Country Championships, but missed the start of the race, Kibowen. So really this is his first real chance, and my goodness, is he taking it. Wearing 64 is Paul Kosgei. Paul Kosgei, a youngster really. He's only 19. A steeplechaser, his best time 8 minutes and 7 over 3,000 meter steeplechase, World Junior 3,000 meter steeplechase record holder. And this is the trailing field. And they are way, way behind now. The Ethiopians going through in front of you, some of the British athletes, the Italians, but that is the leading 3. A Kenyan dominance. The field well spread, and I'm not surprised with the sort of pace that they're putting in, with 2:40 for the first kilometre, 2:44 for the second, and 2:46 for the third, just slightly slower. But one would expect them to push it along in the last kilometre, certainly. And they're now between the third and the 4th kilometre, so less than 1,000 metres to go. And the race really on. And when you consider Daniel Komen, what a talent he is, world 3,000 metre, 5,000 metre record holder, indoors and out, the Kenyan 1,500 metre record holder, the mile record holder. He's such a talent. He failed to make the Kenyan team for the Olympic Games in 1996, but after the championships, he set a record, a Commonwealth record, and 4 Commonwealth records, and won over all the IAAF championship. So he's a real talent. Komen wearing 62 in second place. Just sitting there and waiting. Now Kibowen with a 3:30 1,500 metres, well, he's got to be a fast finisher, and Komen will know that, and his distance a little longer. He'll need to push it soon. He'll need to take over. Kosgei's there with them, and these 3 for the medals. Two world indoor records recently for Komen too, so he's very much in form, not only on the country but inside. There he is, number 62, Daniel Komen of Kenya. Komen leads, Kibowen in second place, Kosgei in third, coming into the final straight shortly. And what a brilliant piece of running this is. 2:40, 2:44, a 2:46 for the kilometres, and they're into the home straight now. And this is a real battle, and Kibowen's coming up alongside him. Well, this would be a big surprise, but I said he'd got a fast finish, Kibowen, and he's showing it now. And John Kibowen's coming away from the great Daniel Komen. And this is a bit of a surprise, really. Komen hanging on, but Kibowen's got the power. He's got the sprint finish, and he's made amends for failing to get to that start in the Kenyan Championships at this distance. He's showing some real form now. And this man, we shall look out for him on the track. Clearly a new lease of life, and Kibowen is coming home to win this inaugural 4,000-metre race. He is the world champion. Kibowen wins. His time, 10:43 on the clock, the last kilometre of 2:33. Komen pushed him to that fast last kilometre. He's second. Kosgei of Kenya is third. 10:46 and 10:50 their times. Limo comes in next. And the Kenyan dominance underlined here. Here comes John Kosgei, wearing 63. Then Bolami next, and then Mark Davis of the United States. Good run by the American. Then Mezegebu of Kenya. Kibowen, though, is the world champion. Brilliant run. Brilliant run. Let's bring you up to date now with the result of that race. Kibowen's time, 10:43. And Daniel Komen expected to win this race. He'll be disappointed, but he's a good time, 10:46 in second place. Kosgei in third, but real Kenyan dominance. And there's the evidence. The Kenyans have won the team event from Morocco and Ethiopia in third. Well, now on to the next race, the women's 8-kilometre race. Well, he's already won it 3 times. If he wins, he'll match John Ngugi's feat of 4 successive title wins. Ngugi went on to win a 5th title in 1992. Tergat won team golds in 93 and 94, in addition to his individual and team titles. 2 more golds here would give him a total of 10, equal Ngugi's record. There's the team he runs with, and what a team it is. How on earth can that be beaten? It's such a strong side. The Moroccans are here in force as well. Katabi, Sagir, Bolami, Lafi, Ben Youssef and Mania. It's a good side. And the Ethiopians always impose themselves. Jafar, Mezegebu, the 2 Mezegebu brothers, and they surely will feature as well. 207 listed starters to take on this course. 1 small circuit of 415 metres and 5 big circuits of 2,000 metres to make up, plus the starts and finishes, of course. And this will be keenly contested, and one would expect again the Kenyans to start to dominate right from the beginning. They have such talent here, and I just wonder whether Tergat can pull off a 4th championship victory. A big field coming together now as they approach the narrower part of the course, helping or hoping to get to the shortest line possible. Difficult to identify leaders at the moment. It looks like Ronchero of Spain actually out in front. I think that's 4:07. Ronchero is there. Karui of Kenya, all the Kenyans are there. That certainly looks like Ronchero to me. Garcia and Gomez and Molina are part of that team. It is Ronchero wearing 4:07. He's a marathon man, a best of 2 hours and 9 minutes. He's 15th in the London Marathon in 1995. He's gone off very quickly indeed, taking on the Kenyans at the front. That looks like Karui, 4:82 with him. 4:83 alongside him is Koech. Well, the Spaniards are starting to take it on. Just over 7 kilometres gone now, 21:37 the time, 20:05 at 7 kilometres, and it's all changed. Ranchero, the Spaniard, has gone. There he is, trailing the rest of the field now. The Kenyans still leading. That looks like Koech, Paul Koech. Certainly Tergat in second place. Mezegebu of Ethiopia is up there. And there's a full Kenyan team surrounding the Ethiopian and the Moroccan. Koech Katabi is there. He's the leading Moroccan. Mezegebu is there of Ethiopia. Kelong, Tergat, Karui, and Kipkeita. That's Wilson Boyd Kipkeita, who's the world steeplechase champion. Set the world record in Zurich last year. It was beaten, of course, since then. And once people started to go below 8 minutes, and all the records started to sort of fall apart. It's a very, very quick race, this. Paul Koech, the third fastest at all time at 10,000 metres. 3 times fourth in the World Championships over that distance. He's a 26:36 man over the 10,000 metres. Mezegebu is there. 22:51. There's a time 2:46. That was a bit quicker for that last kilometre. And that was down to Paul Koech. 4:18, Mezegebu. 1995 junior world cross-country champion in Durham when he was aged only 16. He's Ethiopia's #2 distance runner after Gebre Selassie, but my goodness, there's a big gap between the two of them. Semi-finalists in the Olympic Games over 5,000 metres. Former world junior champion. He won the 5 and 10 in 1996. 5th in the World Championships over 10,000 metres. That's the guy in the green vest and the red shorts, now in 3rd place and losing a little bit of contact now as Tergat in 2nd place behind Paul Koech starts to take it on just a little bit. Koech pushing. And I just wonder whether anyone can challenge Tergat. Tergat's just dropped behind by 5, 6, 7 metres at the moment, but he's slowly making his way back as Paul Koech took his foot off the accelerator for a moment. Well, Koech won the Kenyan Championship over 12 kilometres this year for the 2nd time. Incidentally, they're the kilometre times for you. Ranchero led for the first 2 kilometres. That was the Spaniard, but my goodness, he paid for that. He really did. And he's well back in the field now. Mezegebu is there. 4:98. Just trying to identify 4:9. That is Katabi. I thought it was the Moroccan. He was 11th in 1995. That's his best performance so far. He was 16th last year. Losing a little bit of ground. Sagir is not up with the pace at the moment. Khalid Skar was due to run, but wasn't in the field eventually. Well, this is Kenya versus Ethiopia again, a familiar story, isn't it, over the 26 years of these championships. It's a big crowd now, and the organisers have done well. Apart from the little hiccup on the ladies' race early on in these championships, with the finish, it's gone very, very well indeed. Kenya 1 and 2, and Koech leading Tergat, the defending champion, the world 10,000 metre record holder, 26 minutes 27 seconds for 10,000 metres last season. 2nd in the World Championships, 2nd in the Olympic Games, hasn't quite got the gold medals. He's an Air Force corporal. He ran the last lap, incidentally, of the Athens 10,000 metres faster than Haile Gebre Selassie, who won it, so he was closing him down, but had left far too much to do. These two now ahead of the rest of the field, and surely they will take gold and silver, and the real battle will be for the bronze medal. But the margin, as you see now, has got to be around about, 80 metres or so. Beyond the 9th kilometre, the next kilometre check we'll get will be the 10th, and there is the 9 kilometre mark, 25 minutes and 40 seconds, and Koech the leader right the way through. Lapped runners As is often the case, that's Lee of Hong Kong, finding the going very tough indeed. Once more, the two leaders, Koech and Tergat, lapping runners who will look to their side and just wonder in amazement. 2,000 meters behind these leaders, those athletes. .391 from the Ivory Coast there. Yapo, 249th in last year's championship. But he's here, and that's all that matters. Primo Nebbiolo, the president of the international governing body of our sport, with the dignitaries who have been responsible for putting on this marvellous display. And they are witness to a world-class performance by two world-class athletes and a man who's attempting to make a little bit of history. Can he become the second man to win 4 consecutive titles? He's in second place at the moment, Paul Tergat. He was second in the Kenyan Championships, but since then he's done pretty well. He won a race in Mombasa, he won a race in San Vittori. And really, Tergat has been very fortunate to have the pace set by Paul Koech. Now, how much has Koech got left? And has Tergat got the power at the finish? Well, he's proved it in the past, and he looks ominously easy. The last kilometre, 2:45, 28:25 at 10 kilometres. So they are shifting now. 2 kilometres to go, just under 2,000 metres to go. Deep in concentration. Both these athletes. Koech will be wondering when the great man will come and when he will attack. And he's trying very, very hard to run the sting out of him. But the Kenyan team are dominant, as always. And when you just list them again with Tergat and Koech here, they've got Nairiki, Kipketer, Wilson Boyd, Kelong and Kirui, all world-class athletes. I mean, Kirui, who's not in this leading group at the moment, twice world 5,000 metre champion, and he's not giving chase here. There is the situation. Koech has led from the 7th kilometre through to 10 and approaching 11. And the times have been pretty even, around about 2:50. The first kilometre was 2:42, that was Ronchero. It looked as though they were running a bit faster than that. When you compare those times with what they're capable of over 10,000 metres, perhaps just a few question marks. It's a flat track. It's about 450 metres at altitude, I'm told, but that's not going to affect too much. Just over the 30 minutes then, so I guess we're approaching 11 kilometres shortly. Still no change in the leading duo. And there's the battle for third place, I believe, and that's got to be Nairiki of Kenya and Mezegebu. .481 is Kipketer Boyd. So Wilson Kipketer Boyd is there, 481. And there are the other Kenyans too. 484, the leading Kenyan there, that's Nairiki. That was Nairiki. But Nairiki is a pretty quick finisher. 5th in the Olympic 5,000 metres, 3rd in the World Championships over 5,000 metres, so he's got a pretty good sprint finish. So there's 1 or 2 things to happen for that 3rd place yet, I would think. But certainly Kipketer, Kelong, Nairiki and Mezegebu is up there in that group, all capable. And beyond 11 kilometres now, 31:17 you saw at the 11 kilometre mark, and that was another 2:52. looked quicker, but that's what the clock says. And now less than 1,000 meters to go. 31:17 as I gave it at the 11th kilometre, and Koech having led for 4 kilometres now, with Tergat ominously sitting there, waiting. When will he strike? It's going to be a real battle for the bronze medal, though. But the gold and silver, unless something drastic happens here to either one of these men, surely assigned. But which way round will they be assigned? Will Tergat make it 4 in a row? Will Koech upset the record books? Koech was 4th in 1996, 4th in 1997. Looks easy, but so does Tergat. When will the break come? Little glance over a shoulder there. An athlete wearing 435. Lendoy. The crowd running, as you see, finding it very difficult to keep up with these athletes, and you can imagine how quickly they're going. It's very deceptive. They are shifting. Well, I can say now at these championships they've been a great success as they head down towards the finish, and the leaders are to the right of your shot. Down in front of us, if I can remember. They're down to the right of us. Here they are, the leading two. The director caught unawares just for a moment there. And Tergat has taken over. Tergat, just as they turned into the bend, into the home straight, took over. And he is going to take his 4th world title. A title at the championships that have been successful, absolutely certainly. Tergat, Paul Tergat of Kenya, wins his 4th consecutive world title over the country. It's time 34:01. The silver medal to Paul Koech, and look at the distance between the first two and the battle for 3rd. Now, who's going to win the battle for 3rd? It's Ethiopia versus Kenya, and Ethiopia are going to win it. It's Assefa Mezegebu, wearing 418. Mezegebu, former world junior cross-country champion. A brilliant run from him. Behind him is Neriki wearing 484. Then Kipkeita, the world champion steeplechaser, in 5th place. In 6th, Kelong. In 7th, Kirui. Then Morit, the Belgian. He's an African who's taken Belgian citizenship. Then Castro of Portugal up in the leading group. And Ronchero, who took that early lead, held on for 10th place. Good performance. But Tergat, 4 times champion of the world, equals Ngugi's record. And surely Kenya will have won yet another team championship. We'll see. Tergat from Koech from Mezegebu, 34:01, the winning time. Well, there's the team situation. Kenya from Ethiopia from Morocco. Another fine win by that very strong Kenyan team. Well, the crowd awaiting the presence of the great man, Paul Tergat, 4th consecutive world title. What a performer he is. A brilliant piece of tactical, dominant running. Well, the New Look Championships have been a total success. Held over 2 days, we've seen Ngugi's great record equalled by Paul Tergat, and we've seen the return to form of Sonia O'Sullivan, who achieved that unique double of world titles. From Marrakesh, goodbye.